your boy 24 Pounds. I know it's been like over 100 days probably since y'all seen me on this channel. This is going on the second channel if you do not know, bro. When the last time you played Fort? Oh, play with Rob? Oh, shit. I played with him before he left to the military, bruh. I knew you was right here, bruh. I knew you. Bruh, I'm finna join, bitch. I literally just said, let me react to this video and eat my food, nigga. I knew I was reading Cam somewhere. I did not know where I see it. That's why I was looking at this side. I was looking at my Twitch chat. I was like, where did I just see Cam? Bruh. This video is 8 minutes. And you see how much food I got, bruh. So you gonna know. Literally, we finna play. I need my guard to hit gold plate. I'm like 2 wins away. Oh yeah, bro. I'm not trying to get sold. As soon as I finish this meal, if we lose more than 5 games in a row, I'm coming to fucking New York, cutting your fucking Wi-Fi off, bitch. I mean, who I seen that shit? But yeah, I'm finna join and shit. Alright, but I wish I was white as you, nigga. Oh my god. Bruh, Cam, are you gonna fucking get on, bro, or what?
Against the Jazz, the 15-1
you see my stream?
Thunder found themselves in a tough.
Do you see my stream? Anyway, if you want to see my screen, it's on Twitch, bro. But
spot facing a deficit halfway through the.
How you gonna invite me again? I just told you. Let me finish this video.
All season, getting out rebounded.
I'm getting on 2K tonight. I ain't been on in like 2 days.
Just their second loss of the season. With 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the quarter, Keontae George hit these 2 free throws, giving the Jazz a 7-point lead. Now, remember that, down 7, with 7 minutes left in the third. It wasn't until a minute and a half later when Lou Dort hit this jumper to give the Thunder their first lead of the quarter and opened up the floodgates on the Jazz.
5 minutes, just over 5 to play in the third. SGA step back 3.
Oh my god.
Williams across court to Caruso. Drives and kicks. Williams for 3.
Adjustments. I was talking about it.
Oh my god.
This is going to be a quick run from Caruso. He'll go to the hot hand. Someone's going to take a jump.
By the end of the third, just 7 minutes later, the Thunder went from 7 points down to a 22-point lead. A 29-point swing to finish out the quarter.
Bro, I'm dropping off Jalen
the Thunder for nearly 3 quarters and then got blown out in the blink of an eye. The Oklahoma City Thunder aren't just a good team. They are one of the best teams in modern NBA history. Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. With the NBA season here, check out SeatGeek to handle all of your ticketing needs. The #1 rated ticketing app with over 20...
Shout out SeatGeek. Sponsor me one day, bitch.
In Monday's game against the Pelicans, the OKC Thunder completely blitzed a struggling New Orleans team, getting out to a 25-point lead in the first quarter. 49 points in total, a new franchise record. The rest of the game wasn't much different. The Thunder making quick work of the Pelicans in the same fashion they have just about every other team they faced this season.
Dort again. Give me a break. Typical.
Somebody give me a break.
It'll be Dort instead. That's wide open. You're not covering him.
Fuck.
And Dort again. Shares it. That's the shoot. Isaiah Joe. Filters Alexander with Dort. Extra pass. Yeah, they move the basketball. There's no question. Yeah. Typical. Timeout.
Fucking
Falcons
disgusting.
trying to get there. Derek Queen helped out. You help, they burn you. Isaiah Joe, clean look. What else is new? They're going to get a last look. It'll be Mitchell. And he's going to get it.
A lot of commentators sound bored, bro.
By the end of the third quarter, the game was essentially wrapped up. The Thunder winning by 17 without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander playing a single minute in the fourth. Shai also didn't play in the fourth quarter in the game before this. The Thunder up by so much, they just didn't need him. He also didn't play in the fourth in their previous game against the Lakers, or the game before that against the Warriors. He did play a handful of minutes in the fourth in the game before that one, and then sat the entire fourth in the game before that. In fact, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the reigning MVP, didn't play a single fourth quarter minute in 10 of the Thunder's last 15 games. OKC so dominant this season that they are eviscerating teams without the assistance of their MVP favorite to close out games. And this has been the story of the Thunder so far in the early NBA season. A 16-1 record through their first 17 games. Half of those games ending in a blowout. Their one loss.
Bro, I don't understand how the Thunder are so fucking good, bro. Like, they don't even have Paul George no more, bro. And Shai used to be on the Clippers. Shai used to be cheesy on 2K, bro. What y'all know about that 2K20, 2K21? He on the fucking Clippers, bro. What year was that? He was on the Clippers. I used to spam his ass. He used to have that spin layup, I think, bro. His ass with cheese. I already knew Shai was gonna be fire. Really, since back in the day. I've been called that shit.
Of the season, proudly coming at the hands of my Blazers. But coming off of what proved to be one of the most dominant seasons in NBA history, the Thunder have doubled back and found ways to get even better, with a gap on the rest of the league about as big as any team has ever had. Through their first 17 games, OKC has beaten their opponents by an average of 16.5 points per game.
I don't
A
get
margin
it.
of victory that not only leads the NBA this season, it is the largest margin of victory through 17 games in the history of the NBA. It's better than Jordan's Bulls, better than the 73-win Warriors, better than they were last season. The way they achieved this mind-boggling margin, just as impressive as the margin itself. Because a lot of these games are effectively over by the end of the third quarter. Against the Hornets, they were up by 17 going into the fourth, up by 36 against the Lakers going into the fourth. They had a 35-point lead against the Warriors after 3, 22-point lead on the Jazz, up 26 on the Pelicans after 3, up 18 on the Mavericks, up 19 on the Hawks. In fact, the largest season average point differential in NBA history was set last season by none other than the Thunder, beating teams by an average of 12.8 points per game. So far this season, the Thunder's average point differential is over 14 points after just 3 quarters. They are beating teams by a record-setting margin before the fourth quarter even begins. They're not stat padding, they're not running up the score, they're actually taking their foot off the gas almost every night. And this is one of many reasons why their hot start to the season has been so convincing. It's not just that they're winning, it's how early and decisively they're winning. The foundation of their
Blocking
extraordinary
Curry like
start,
that.
not just in the talent of their roster, but the depth of talent on their roster. Right now, even with their second option and all-star Jalen Williams sidelined, the Thunder have about 9 players who are legitimate starting caliber guys. Essentially 2 starting units on the same team. While most
Why
teams
Jalen
may
Williams
fall
ain't
into a
been
slump
playing?
or struggle to keep their momentum when faced with injuries, the Thunder have a factory line of quality players who can fill the gaps at any moment's notice. But their 16-1 record, as good as it is, doesn't quite capture just how big the disparity is between them and their opponents. There's a handful of teams around the league right now that are exceeding expectations as title contenders. The Spurs, Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets, and Pistons.
Who did
Now, all
Thunder
of these
lose to?
contending teams have good records, but not all wins are built the same. Despite having the same record, the Celtics have outscored their opponents by far more than the Bucks have. The Lakers have the 4th best record in the NBA, but only the 14th best point differential. But it is the Rockets and the Nuggets who have outplayed their opponents more than any other team in the league this season. The Rockets with a point differential of plus 146, and the Nuggets with a plus 165. But of course, there's the OKC Thunder, who have outscored their opponents by a record-breaking 277 points this season, a mile ahead of the next best team and the whole entire league. The
So,
Thunder are
you're
not
telling
just winning
me
games,
the
they are running teams
Trailblazers
off the
beat them?
court. Last season, OKC won 68 games. They beat teams by a larger margin than any team ever has before. They won a championship, and they came back the next season measurably better at just about every facet of the game. They're deeper, they're smarter, they're less reliant on free throws, and they've built on their chemistry that was established last season. But there's one area in particular that give the Thunder a near insurmountable lead on every other team in the league. Their defense. The Thunder are suffocating teams with their size.
AJ Mitchell's really the best player on their team off the bench, bro. Until he got 25, he was so cheesy.
Their depth and their athleticism. Their rotation is like a revolving door of active, tough, smart defenders. Teams are never given an opportunity to get on a run or capitalize on bad matchups. When one all-NBA caliber defender goes to the bench, another one pops up in his place. According to estimated defensive plus minus, the Thunder have 5 of the top 15 defenders in the entire league. 5. And they have 7 players sitting in the top 20. And this isn't even factoring in Jalen Williams, their all-NBA defensive star who has yet to suit up this season. If stopping the Thunder from scoring wasn't hard enough, scoring enough points to even compete with them has become the hardest thing in basketball. There's nowhere to hide. Every lineup is switchable, they're active, they're disciplined, they know their roles. This is not a young team winning on talent and pace and scoring. This is a young team that defends like a gritty veteran contender with a defensive profile that has become a recipe for walking its way through the regular season. And this is the part that should really worry the rest of the league. Hot shooting can come and go. Offensive explosions can be random. But a defense this good for this long is not a fluke. It's a system. When the Thunder aren't hitting their shots, they'll just hold you to 42.5 and make sure you aren't either. When they are hitting their shots, well then you get scores like this. And it's not like it's 1 or 2 elite stoppers rising the tides for the rest of the team. Last season, the Thunder put up defensive numbers that made them one of the greatest defensive units of the modern NBA. In fact, they were so good that despite their 2 best defenders, Alex Caruso and Chet Holmgren, missing out on all defensive teams because of the minimum game requirement, the Thunder still had 2 players make all defensive teams. This team legitimately has at least 4 all-NBA caliber defenders. But there's one metric that pretty much sums up the historic nature of what the Oklahoma City Thunder are doing on defense right now. Relative defensive rating. How many points do the Thunder give up compared to the league average? It's a metric we can use for comparing defenses across completely different eras without getting lost in pace, rules, and style of play. And the Thunder aren't just good. They are putting together the single best defensive
What y'all think about the Thunder,
in
bro?
NBA history.
Y'all think the Thunder is the
average
most
defense
best
this year
team?
sits
What's
at about
good? Alien Vamp?
115.5 points allowed per
That's baby
100
life.
possessions. OKC is at 104.1. That's a relative
Vampire
defensive rating
remote,
of
bitch.
minus 11.4. By far, the best defense in modern NBA history. For some context, the 2004 Pistons, who are widely regarded as the greatest defensive team the league has ever seen, had a relative defensive rating of minus 7.5. Duncan Spurs, at their best, hovered around minus 7 to minus 8. The 90s Knicks teams that practically tackled anyone that came near the paint were in that same neighborhood. What the Thunder are doing right now is beyond all of them. In an era designed to make defense harder than it's ever been, OKC is lapping the best defenses of all time. Now, all this stuff, the defense, the scoring, the depth.
Wait till Wemby comes back, bro. Spurs in 5.
It's all great indication that this Thunder team is on a crash course with history. However, we are looking at a 16-game sample size. Not quite enough games to assume how this team will fare over the course of an entire season.
Exactly.
If that were the case, then a 15-1 record or a 93.8% win rate has them on pace for about 77 wins this season. Of course, we know that's not how this works. Injuries can happen, bad streaks happen, schedules get tougher. But there is a metric by Cleaning the Glass called expected wins that attempts to factor all of this in and project how many games a team will win over the course of a season, not based on how many games they've won, but based on the quality of the team itself. When Golden State went on a historic 24-0 start to the season in 2015, this metric was spot on when it projected the Warriors would end the season with about 73 wins, the highest projected total for any team over the last 2 decades. The projected win total for the OKC Thunder this season? About 74 wins. Statistically on pace for the most dominant regular season of all time.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Wait till Wemby comes back. Wait till Steph Castle comes back. That's who's gonna be running the league. Fuck the Thunder, bro. Hey, comment what y'all think down below, man. Shit, I don't know myself. Head ass.